Hi guys! Today we're going to make this small rose bud, which is absolutely unusual in technique we use, and I'll show you how we make them. They are absolutely easy peasy to make, and we use here two types of petals. One type of petals we use for making our pretty standard rose buds, which are really wide open, and another petal we use for our wild roses, and that's completely different type of flower. And this is what we get when we mix two types of petal in one flower, and this is absolutely easy and fast making small size rose. This rose measure 15 centimeters or 6 inches, and it takes just minutes to make. I'll show you now two sizes of petals, size 1 and size 2. They are slightly different. This petal we use for wild roses, and this small flower I will use as the base for my rose. You see, we have a loop at the back and fancy backing. I obviously can use a regular circle, but that's my way. So what we do first we're working on a rose bud, which is absolutely standard for all types and sizes of roses, and just only the petal matters a bit because each template has maybe different shapes, different forms of it, but that's the same technique. Anyway, if you need any petals for these flowers or regular roses we normally make, you can purchase them using the link below under this video in our shop, which is Paper Pro Tutorials. And you also can get a very detailed videos for all other types of flowers. So this is a very center of our bud. I use template number 1 in size 1, and now I need two templates in size 2, and I glue these bud to the center of the second petal, group of petals actually, and I glue these same way. The paper I use, if you have any questions about this is a parchment, and it's very thin paper. It is just 90 GSM, which is grams per square meter. Now I use the second group of 4 petals in size of 2. So now this is my third group in general, but second in size of 2 because the first one was in size 1. Making these buds are very easy and pretty fast, so that's why I like this technique. So we glued 2 petals of second group of 4 in size 2, and 2 more petals I just curl backwards this way. You can use your paintbrush or smooth pen or pencil or your thin glue stick. I use thick glue sticks. You see, that's the thickness of it, and it won't work for this size of rose buds, so go with thin one. When you glue this petal number 3 and 4 in this group, just make sure you open the bud a little bit already, so it's a bit opened. And now we go with petals of our wild rose, and I curl them. I curl them this way. One goes backwards, one upwards, and I'll need 5 petals, and I cut, and I got about 2 inches, and I form base of our flower, which will be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 petals we will need. And we do this way. So 5 petals. Now I take my base and I form a loop using a piece of thread, and I glue this loop to my base and stick the first petal. Now I go with the second one. The reason why I use those fancy backings or bases, whatever you call them, just because if I use 5 petals flower instead of circle, I can see where should I place my petals just to distribute them evenly. If you have this kind of bases like this flower, you can use a regular circle and cut out just once a star like this and mark positioning for all 5 petals, and then glue them with whole confidence. You see, so I formed almost a flower. This could be a flower itself, and especially if we use a fancy flower center, you can use it as is. We have those templates available in our shop under Wild Rose template link, and these centers we also have available from our shop, and you can purchase any spider type centers, we call them like this, but not for the rose. So we come back to our semi bud. This is a bud actually. So what we do, we take 2 more petals and we curl them from both sides backwards. You see, that was backwards. And now I cut just a tiny bit, which is 1.5 inches, and I take 2 petals and I glue them this way. And now I just attach them this way to my not finished bud, this way. So I put glue right into here, and I press a bit, maybe from the bottom, right? And now I just glue this part to my almost finished flower, because now I like the shape, and press and hold for second, about 5-10 seconds. And now, just to finish the final touch, you can curl a little bit more these petals. Don't hesitate to over curl them. For roses, this is absolutely fine. So this is the look of the flower when we curled the base, the lower petals, this side upwards and that side backwards. This is the same flower. And here is the different look when this left side we curl backwards and right side we curl upwards. And this is the flower where I curl both sides backwards. You can see the difference. We still can curl it a little bit more. So this type of flower is more opened. I love working with parchment because it's so thin and it really looks really well. You can see the difference between all those rose buds, but they all are absolutely beautiful and absolutely easy and very fast to make. You can use our templates. Follow the link right at the bottom of this video and find all those templates in our shop. Once you make your flowers, don't forget to tag us if you post your photos on social medias. We are Paper Pro Tutorials on Instagram and Sydney Paper Flowers as well. You can find us on Instagram or Facebook, wherever you like. Tag Paper Pro Tutorials and show us your flowers.